two young English chaps have been scoring brilliantly with American audiences, and he's to present them to you now, Nick Allett and Tony Hendra.
Thank you very much, but you see, I'm Nick Allett, and that's Tony Hendra. He's Britain's dropout Twiggy.
Well, anyway, I'm very happy about the response you've received here in America, but I do think success has rather gone to your stomach.
I think that's a bit unfair. You see, he wasn't always that way. At one point, he was a very well-known British athlete. Really, Tony Hendra was, in fact, Britain's, the British barbed wire hurdling champion. Thank you. Tragic.
Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Allett and Hendra. And you thought Petula Clark was a funny name.
Thank you. We'd like to begin by bringing you one of Britain's most ancient and revered institutions, namely the BBC. This is the BBC, the British Broadcasting Corporation, coming to you from London, England.
Good evening. Here is the news. I'm sorry, I'll read that again. Here are the news.
We are your newscasters, frankly and frightfully.
A man in Nebraska, USA, today threw a broken beer bottle at Cuba. The bottle, which fell some 1,700 miles short of its target, was later declared safe by army ballistics experts.
The small island kingdom of Britain today officially became the 51st state.
It was immediately declared a disaster area. To help the British economy, Her Majesty the Queen and Lady Bird Johnson, United States, giving exhibition wrestling bouts.
It was also announced that the British pound may have to be devalued.
In this event, the new British pound would be worth approximately a nickel. In France, it would be worth 2 francs, in Germany, 3 marks, and in Italy, 35 billion lira. Finally, in honor of the occasion, Harvard University has awarded a fellowship to Britain's last remaining scientist, Merlin.
Today in California, Governor Reagan urged heavy bombing of the North.
He indicated that his first target would be the Berkeley campus.
The governor was speaking at a luncheon given by the Daughters of the American Anti-Fluoride and Wheat Germ Revolution. Mr. Reagan is one of the 2 favorites for conservative Republican support in 1968.
The other is President Johnson.
General de Gaulle, the well-known Frenchman, today celebrated his 187th birthday.
In a birthday message, the general called for a resurgence of the spirit shown by the French people during the Great War of 1939 to 1940.
In celebration of his birthday, the general was crowned King of Canada.
He performed the ceremony himself, and his present residence a mental home in the north of France.
After the coronation, the general made yet another attempt to walk across the English Channel. During this attempt, his nose fell off.
The nose was washed out into the Atlantic Ocean, where it was harpooned by a one-legged sea captain named Ahab. That is the end of the nose.
What?
New. But before we say, here is a late score from the new Transatlantic Football League. London Soccer Club 2, Green Bay Packers 789. Thank you. Having done something about the British Broadcasting Corporation, we'd like, with your permission, to do something about American broadcasting. Now, one of the very first things we ever noticed about American newscasting was how keenly the networks compete for viewers at news time, which doesn't happen in England because the BBC has a monopoly of news. And it doesn't seem to matter how serious the content of the news is, they'll do almost anything to get higher ratings. Now, we wondered quite how far this trend could go. Presumably with the popularity of shows like Gomer Pyle and Petticoat Junction, the Beverly Hillbillies and Down Home series like that, a network could really clean up if it came up with a newscast which looked something like this. Good
Jennings with the 6 o'clock news. President John told Tyler we talked at a White House barbecue. State that he passed his $1 billion transportation bill. Downtown motel blazes, doctors and boils in the night and all this news and more after this message from your sponsor. When the strain gets too much, you suffer from nervous tension. Take some aspirin, here's some medicine, put it chicken it says. I got 13 teeth, Uncle Ben comes in when he's gone every day trying to shoot everyone. I took extension, I don't care no more. Yee-hoo! Now you get back to the news, you hear? LBJ told news reporters to tell Dean Rusk, to tell McNamara, to tell Freddy Teague, tell Ho Chi Minh, tell LBJ. Peace, feelers from Hanoi, peace, feelers from Hanoi, peace, feelers from Hanoi. Now here's a look at the weather. Take your raincoat, spin it round, there'll be rain upon the ground. There is cold front coming down from the northeastern states, which will meet with the one on the Gulf of Mexico. Considerable precipitation in the Midwest, outlook dry, direct out Chattanooga now, you folks. Y'all have a good weekend. This program brought to you by Exaggerin. It was a product of ABC News. ABC News, ABC News, ABC News, ABC News, which is not responsible for its content. Yakka-dakka-dakka-da. Good night.
Hello, I'm Henry Mancini. As you may know, I've run into some pretty remarkable musical instruments, but none this amazing. The Thomas organ with color glow. It teaches instant music. Just press the red keys, then match the letters in the color glow book with the glowing letters on these keys. And you play a song. And here's another Thomas exclusive, the bandbox. This is the Playmate. It gives you a choice of automatic rhythm accompaniments. See the Thomas organ. You'll be amazed.
Take it from Henry Mancini. See your Thomas dealer for a free lesson and a gift of music, and learn how you can own a Thomas organ for as little as $500. That's a bounceberry. Go ahead. Bounce it. Ever see such a little bundle of energy? You may know it as a cranberry. It's supercharged with tangy, sweet juice. Bottled up inside every pound of cranberries, there's 40% more fruit juice than in a pound of oranges. At Ocean Spray, we liberate this pent-up juice to make Ocean Spray Cranberry Juice Cocktail for the 8 million people who are crazy about it. Go ahead, try it. To your health. Doesn't it have a bright, fresh, fruity, different taste? A taste with a bounce to it? Ocean Spray Cranberry Juice Cocktail. The drink with a bounce.